Gonna count down. Okay.
All right. Here we go. And three, two, one. All right. And it's time for another edition of Megan It Possible. I'm Andy.
And I'm Megan at Possible.
And today we have a really special guest. Lindsay Lawlis is with us today from Montana, the great state of Montana. And we're excited to sit with her for a little bit, find out more about her, her music, and what makes her so unique. So, Lindsay, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So I'm just going to jump into it. And the first question we've got that we wanted to ask you is, what does a fun rebel from Montana sound like?
Ooh, that's fun. Yeah. Well, my music is can be confrontational, I guess. And the subject matter is uh comes from just I don't know. I think like it's the most American thing to be a rebel, actually.
That's
So
so great.
it's kind
Yeah.
of just right? Yeah. And so it's just all American stuff and just get it all out. It's fun.
Okay, here's what a rebel from Montana sounds like. Tell him what you did just this last week. Your son picking up trash out of the water. Trash.
Oh my God. So yeah. Well, there was a can floating out. We were at the Yellowtail Dam and there's a can floating out in the water and I thought it was trash. And so I told him to go get it, or I asked him to go get it, whatever. And he brings it back and it was a full beer. And it was like old and like sun, water decaying. It was questionable. And but I decided it was a gift from the gods. So one must drink of the nectar of the gods. So I drank it.
Way to go.
And
Okay,
it was a
that sets the
Corona.
tone for a really
Yeah.
good conversation.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is that is perfect. Oh, that is so awesome. So tell us about like what are some of your earliest memories around music? Did you grow up in a musical home? Did you grow up playing music? At what point did it become a big part of your life?
Uh, I remember like one of my earliest memories, I suppose, would be like we'd drive to I'm from Nebraska, so we'd drive to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, which is like an hour away. And I would just stare out the window and like I remember making songs about like I really wanted to be a cowgirl, you know. And
Mm.
so I'd just sing in the background, just whatever, singing about horses and trains and stuff like that. And my mom would always sing songs and um she noticed, like I think my mom noticed that I had like an interest in music. So she bought me a piano and she bought me and I've been classically trained in piano from 7 to, I stopped at like I was like 18. Um
Oh wow,
and
that's
then she
interesting.
bought me
Okay.
a karaoke machine. Yeah, yeah. I think that like piano kind of really helped me find the ear for things. But uh she bought me a karaoke machine. I would try to sing. I vividly remember trying to sing uh not Gone with the Wind, but like Paint with All the Colors of the Wind, by Pocahontas. And I would just sing my little heart out and then like listen back and be like, God, why don't I sound like her? But like, of course, I was just a little girl, I didn't have a woman's voice yet. And I remember a babysitter was watching us and I was playing around on the karaoke and she said to my mom in front of me, she's like, I think Lindsay can really sing. And I was so embarrassed that I never sang for anybody else ever again. Well, not ever again, but like it wasn't until I didn't even know I could sing. I really didn't. And I had a 79 Thunderbird and I'd drive around and rock out to Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and Radiohead and um, I started singing to it and I was like, "Oh, I think I'm hitting these notes good." And I just like felt like my essence come out. I was just like, whoa. It was just really powerful experience. And then I was about 16 or 17 when my parents bought me a guitar and like that just you just have to learn songs on guitar. You can't just I don't know. I learned chords and I played a song and I was really stoked about it. And I learned this Good Charlotte song and my grandparents were in town and I was like, I want to show them what I can do. And I did. And then my grandpa goes, I get done playing the song and he's like, well, I couldn't really hear what you were saying. And it was such a vulnerable moment that I like freaked out and ran downstairs and like started crying. And he knew I was upset. And I came back upstairs and he said, well, if you're gonna do something, do it loud. And so
Nice.
that's my motto now is the do it loud thing. And
Wow.
yeah, I've come a long way from just like to just like screaming at people through a microphone.
Well,
It's
and
great. Yeah.
you're owning your family name, the Lawless.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's right. That was the other grandpa. But yeah, that's my grandmother's maiden name. My mom's mom. Yeah.
So both sides
Yeah.
of the family.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
then pulling it
Yep.
together for you.
Yeah.
So you kind of
And
started
yeah,
your
no,
musical adventure playing piano, and then
yeah.
at what point did guitar get did guitar come in for you?
The like 16,
Seven.
17.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
16, 17.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you still play any piano?
And
I know your boys, they play.
yeah, I have a piano in the garage. It was uh my grandmother's or my mom's grandmother. Yeah, I don't know whose it is, but um uh I dink around on it. Like it was interesting to go from being classically trained to I think the guitar actually helped me um be more playful on the piano because like classically trained is like you have chords and notes and you play it and you don't really mess around. And then I started writing music on guitar and then so I'd take the chords from the guitar and then like kind of do try it on the piano. And so I've kind of um just like playful stuff on the piano. I actually am working on right now. I have a band called Salt and Shadow, and translating that song to piano has been really fun. So
Ooh.
that's how it's stayed. Yeah.
So you
But
all are Salt and Shadow there. You all are getting ready to do a new album.
yeah,
Mhm.
yes.
Go ahead.
And
Plug
tonight
that for
we're
you.
that's right. Tonight we're going to the guy who recorded it, Joel. We're gonna go in there and just help him mix it to our liking and get it going. And Megan's been integral in that because she's been so sweet to donate on GoFundMe, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna release it as soon as we can. So
Oh, that's going to be exciting. I haven't actually seen Salt and Shadow perform live. Uh, so I'm looking forward to someday getting to do that and always excited for new music.
yeah,
Hmm.
we're very Halloween, so we're gonna do October 25th. We're playing at Thirsty Street, and I'm bringing in a band from Missoula called Saint of Soldiers, and she's like, "Can we please like get all dressed up?" And I was like, "Yes." And so we're gonna have it be like everybody's gonna come all dressed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
fire. Oh
Yeah.
man, I wish that I would be there for that.
I know. I wish you would too. You
No,
could.
I was like I hadn't been over there since last year, and we miss our Montana family for sure. When we
Yeah.
went up there, everybody was just so welcoming and greeting. And even though we had never been there, it felt like home just because of how embracing and comforting everybody was. So,
That's beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it really, and obviously you two guys are friends.
Yes.
So, if I understand the story right, that started with a Facebook friend request. Is that kind of
Instagram.
Instagram? Okay.
Yeah. We're a social media success story.
Love it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really cool because I had heard her on Dearest Love. It was a song that Wes Urbaniak did, and she sang on there with him. And so I actually knew of her. And then so she said that she noticed me because I followed a bunch of Billings
Yeah, I
musicians.
was like, who is this? Who are you? Like, who is this person that knows Billings musicians of all things? Yes. And then I reached out to you and yeah, I mean, I think it is a success story for social media because like honestly, I find I know that social media kind of seems like it's not really connecting people, but it can
Hmm.
as long as you're just like being like I think it's a platform for you to just show yourself. And the secret is just being you. And then
Hmm.
people are like, "Oh, I see you. Like I like this person." And as long as you're being yourself, you'll find your people.
Yeah,
So,
allow yourself to be vulnerable. There's a lot of stuff that we
mm-hmm.
try to like
That's
keep
right.
back and hide from people because we're like, oh, that makes me feel weird or that's unlike other people. And so many times, like that's your
Mm-hmm.
special gift. And like people are like, I love that
Mm-hmm.
about you. And you're like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Well,
social
and I
media is
feel
different.
I'll tell you, I feel silly doing TikTok stuff, but I'm hooked now. It's stupid.
Yeah,
But
you've been
it's
big on the
not
TikTok
because
scene.
yeah, but like I went to play a show all the way in Glasgow, Montana, which is 6 miles away from the Canadian border. And somebody came to the show and found me on TikTok. And then we like talked the whole night and made friends and we chat on TikTok. It's like actually bringing people together. It's
Yeah.
beautiful, kind of in that way. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
yeah, I kind of had been off TikTok for a good while and then I have felt a calling back to it as well. And so it's cool just seeing you're on there a lot. So it's always like, hi
Yeah.
friends. And so it feels good when I
Hmm.
pop on there and I see your videos and and you also it's like reaching those other people that you may not see that are already your followers or your friends or your family. Like I've met a lot of
Hmm.
people that way too, and it's just sharing
Hmm.
yourself and um, what you're doing.
Hmm.
And some people are interested and some aren't, and that's just life. You can't
That's
please
right.
everybody.
I think the
Even though
algorithm is
we
smarter
want to.
than Instagram. It's like it directs you right to the people. Like my my platform went off because I said I was from Montana, and it was like I'm too, and it's like okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like,
So
where are you? And it's like, oh, everybody's.
yeah.
But that's also I like seeing those too because you see like, not everybody's in these same places. So it's cool to
Yeah,
see where all the fans are coming from and like also see how your music's spreading.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Now,
It's
out of your
beautiful.
all's friendship and out of all the social media, a song was born.
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
um,
Oh,
Lindsay, do you want to talk us kind of through that and where that came from, what prompted it, what was going on around the time of that song, and what the song means to you?
Yeah. Uh, the song is called Molly Brown because that's the name of um shit, what's his name? It's his dog.
oh, Phil.
Phil. This name's Phil's dog. And so Megan came and saw us and we hung out at her Airbnb and we had brunch and lunch and dinner and hung out. Boys were having a fun time. And we were all gathered at Parker Brown's dad's place and he said, um, he said the only thing that's missing here is you. And I was like, that's a country song.
Yeah, we were all saying goodbye. We were getting
Yeah.
ready to go to the
Hmm.
airport and we were saying our last goodbye.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, because that was a beautiful, amazing trip.
It
Yeah, because
was.
we
Yeah.
hadn't met and our kids were also pen pals. And so
Hmm.
it was fun just for them to get to meet and get to play. And then like it was like that mesh. It was just like we had been friends
Right.
for all this
Yeah.
time, even though, we had just met the year before online. And then literally June of 2024, I came and
In
knocking at your
June of
door.
2024. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. When inspiration strikes, I just rush to a notepad and just go blah, 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 and tell like the story of what happened and everything. and we had gone to the river, and Jacob had picked up a frog and oh yeah, then like dropped it,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately broke the frog's hip, and it starts like jumping away like, and we're like, oh no. And so that's a line in the song like, ever dropped a toad and broke its hip, now it does a funny flip, like it's like it's the funnest song. I don't know, I just had a blast writing it, and I usually don't really write happy songs, but I was like so inspired with happiness from Megan.
That is beautiful. So Megan's got some of the
Yeah.
lyrics here. Megan, you want to go for
Um,
it?
here, you went here. June of 2024, you came a knocking at my door, smiling eyes and arms open wide. Got
That's
to
right.
talking, reminiscing, and I realized as I listened, the only thing that's missing here is you. We took the whole crew
Oh,
downtown to hear some local blues sound. Tried to get the old folks
we
up to
did.
dance.
That's what she's good at. She
Uh,
gets everybody dancing.
you were flirting, twirling, round and round. And that's so fun. That was
Yeah.
so fun because I had this is the fan
Yes. You're
Lindsay.
like,
I,
yes.
I earned this fan after that visit because this when that first day we went down there and Bobby Brown was playing and the sugar beets, and so it was hot, and I'm first time to Montana, so I had my fan, and well, I guess I really stood out because I was fanning myself. And I was like, well, it's not fair to fan myself and not fan the people beside me. So I
Hmm.
ended up like I went around and I fanned every single
Yes.
person in the bar
Yes. Yes, she did.
multiple
Like,
times. And it was funny
and
because some of them were like, mm-mm.
dude, no, like there's something about Billings people are so like their personalities are conservative. Like not even like politically speaking, they like don't move. They're like you'll be playing a show and you're like, you liking this? And then they'll come up afterwards and they'll be like, that was amazing. And it's like, you didn't move or anything. Like, come on. So so that was beautiful. Everybody, yes, you
Well,
are what we need.
and I thought it was funny
It's
because
only missing here is you.
Bobby was like, well, I was going to make an introduction that you were in town, but you didn't need one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
There she is.
I did find a dance partner and he spun me around. I mean, he was working
Oh
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's
Do
Scott.
you have a favorite line from the song?
Um, here,
Okay, go for
well,
it. Go
so
for it.
this every time this comes on, this line comes on, Lakin always joins in. So well, supper's hot and food is on the table. Fajita dias for our good friend Slagle.
Yep.
Every time that comes on, Lakin says, "Who's just the driver?" Because a whole
Who's
trip that
just
he
a
was like, "I'm just their driver. I don't need a picture with them. I'm just their driver."
oh boy.
But we had never
That's
heard of a
cute.
fajita dia.
Well, that was something Slagle and I made up because like he was like we had fajitas and then he just like takes a tortilla, puts fajita meat on it, cheese, another tortilla on top, and it was a fajita quesadilla, so it was a fajitadilla.
I think it'll sell. I think
Yeah.
it'll sell. If this music thing doesn't work out,
Yeah.
let's open a restaurant.
Yes. Yes, very much so.
But Lindsay, we had so much fun just she knows all these cool spots. So like taking us out and like exploring. And it was just like, hey, we're gonna go out to Two Moons. That's the name of it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Two
Okay.
Moon Park.
So yeah, we're gonna go out to
Yeah.
Two Moons. And I was like, okay, cool. And so we're in town, so we're just like, all right, we'll grab our couple things. And so she shows up and like she has like these tubs of stuff, and it's like everything that you could have possibly needed. And like you're just like, oh wow, like she had like seats and like blankets if you needed that. She had towels, she had all this stuff. And then it was like, oh wow, I really appreciate you having all this stuff. It's so good to have a local here to go out and do. And it's like, oh yeah. And then
That's
here
it.
she goes. She busts out this charcuterie board, and it's just like, yes, I also have this too.
Well,
Oh, it's
and then
just
what's the line where like I was stirring it with a stick?
Yeah, she made it.
What's the
Yeah, and
line?
she did. She made me a
I
cocktail,
mean,
and she was like, she got a stick up off the ground. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, and stirred your
Love it.
cocktail around and made a. And they were like, "What are you, a little witch?"
yeah,
And it was like, and it made you up a good little witch's brew. You
yeah,
know that part? Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's so good.
See, and
Oh
I'm
my
not like
God.
you. I literally can just listen to this song, and it's just like I'm flooded with all those memories, and
Mhm.
it's so beautiful. Like that's just such a beautiful time capsule of our journey, and
Right.
I'm so thankful.
Hmm.
So thank you again. Thank
You're
you.
But
welcome.
you know,
Thank
Lindsay,
you.
it's interesting. I've known you all for what, 15, 20 minutes now. And just reading the notes and then encountering you in person, it's so obvious what um a caring, nurturing heart you have
Oh,
for people. And as much as
yeah.
the rebel side is a part of that, you know, and you
Hmm.
caring for people so that they feel free to embrace their rebel side a little
Mm.
bit. Megan always
Yes.
prepares notes before we have these conversations, and um,
Hmm.
what a lot of people may not know about you is that what you do besides music, professionally, and that's as a
Hmm.
counselor, as a therapist, and um, one of the quotes she has, and I'm assuming it's probably taken from a website or something like that, but
From
it's
Lindsay's, yeah,
from
this is
you. You
these
know,
are Lindsay's words.
my job is to listen with an open
Okay.
heart, to offer honest reflection, and you know it. You wrote it. I won't read it to you, but as I was
Read it.
thinking about, well, we'll get there. As I was thinking about your music, um, I it occurred to me that who you are as a performer and a musician is a lot like you are in your Clark Kent position, your daytime position before you change
Okay.
and transition.
Yeah.
But you know, my
Clark Kent.
job. So if I
That's great.
reword it, it's my job as a performer is to play with an open heart, to offer an honest
Mm.
reflection, empathy to match
Yes.
emotional intensity, and validation to mirror back what's been shared in confidence. Performing is an art
Mm.
in itself. So much healing occurs when someone is truly heard, seen, and validated. My presence offers a mirror for you to see yourself more clearly and in a loving light. You need to be heard, or you need to listen in order to understand how you think, so you can see and be clear on how you may be perceived by others. This will help you find harmony in your relationships. But I think there's such an
Harmony in the
overlap.
music.
I know, right? There's such an overlap between who you are, whether it's, you know, bringing all of the gear and the stuff out to the picnic, or writing a
Hmm.
song for a friend, or taking in people's
Hmm.
problems. And so that's just
Yeah.
a beautiful part of who you are. And
Thank
so
you.
I guess I wanted to call that out just as a way to honor it, because a lot of times those people are overlooked,
Yeah.
and the sacrifices they make, they don't do it for
Oh.
the recognition, they don't do it for the pat on the back. But boy, does it sure feel good when one
Hmm.
comes. And for
Yeah.
those that may not know your music yet, I would encourage you to tune in and listen, and just get prepared to feel free to be yourself, and to be comfortable to be yourself
That's right.
in Lindsay's presence and
Yeah.
with her music.
Safe,
So,
a safe space.
That's so good. Yes.
um,
Yes.
and so with
Well, and
that,
that really is like the yeah.
no, go ahead, go
Yeah.
ahead. I want to hear what you had to say there.
Oh, no, like that was a cool connection too, because like I think one of the most rebellious things to do is like just be absolutely you. And that's what people want to see, you know? And that's really cool. Yeah, I like that.
So, what does the
Thank you.
songwriting process look like you? If you were classically trained pianist, um, you've got the music theory, you've got the tools that, you know, we've talked with other musicians, and you encounter a lot of musicians along the way, and a lot of them picked up an instrument somewhere along the line, maybe took a couple lessons, but they just feel the music, and it seems to be in
Hmm.
this magical creative process that just happens, and stuff spills out, and the music sounds amazing, and there we go. But if you've got the technical background and can, you know, and you're thinking chord structure, you're thinking theory, you're thinking harmony, like you're more involved again in the details and making sure that the music comes across
Hmm.
the right way. So, what is the creation process like? And then the practicing, getting prepared for the performance. What does that look like for you?
I think a lot of it is just finding chords, like just being playful at the beginning of creating a song and just like and I do think that's where the classical ear comes in, where I'm like, I know what, like I'm not thinking about I literally feel like it just trained my ear to hear what I want to hear. And so like if this chord was a chord and then it just, and then that part of it is almost like a meditative process where you're just like playing it over and over and over and over again. And like you just have to, like, I just get obsessive repetitiveness when I'm starting a song. And then, um, and then I'll record the guitar part or the ukulele part or piano part, and I'll record it as a voice memo, and I'll get in my car and listen to it over and over and over and over again, and then start humming to it and start like kind of finding like I remember something that I heard actually the singer of Coldplay say he's like because people have been like, well, what do your songs even mean? And he said it's more important that the vowels make sense and the constants, like the punctuation of the consonants, make sense. And so I'll see if it's an oo or an ah or an e, um, and then sometimes just like with Megan's song, like somebody will say something, I'm like, oh, that, and then I'll have to like write that down, and then just kind of a stream of consciousness, write ideas, and then find like where vowels would fit, where this would fit, and make it rhyme and make it whatever. And then of course, like, I it's it's a really, I mean, I only write when I'm really emotionally charged. And so uh, that's why a lot of my songs are kind of like either like kind of have like I have to feel rebellious, or I have to like feel sad, or I have to feel like, whatever. And uh and then just kind of keep tweaking it. And it must be like a crazy thing to watch, like watch me do it. Like I just um it I just have to be obsessive, I guess. It's like an obsessive thing. And then I have a song and then I practice it over and over again and record it. And I mean, like another thing, I had written 52 songs in 52 weeks. I did
Oh, wow.
like a
Okay.
challenge with some friends. And so that was different because it was pressured, but like it was really beautiful that like by the end of it I learned that like you can inspiration is something that you can access at any time. But I think I've kind of forgotten that because it's kind of been a while since I've written a song and I've been waiting for inspiration, but I have so many songs that like my brain feels like I just need to get those songs out and done before I can like have space for more. You know what I mean?
So you're gonna
So
share, so you're gonna
it's,
share some more of those songs from your 52-week
yeah,
challenge?
yeah,
Hmm.
I really want to. Yeah. Yep.
So how do you decide like where you're gonna play that? Like you're gonna play it with Lindsay Lawlis and the Running Wild, or you're gonna play it with Salt and Shadow? Like what's the creative process between those two bands since you're active in both?
Yeah. Um, well, a lot of the songs that I wrote, like I think halfway through that challenge, I was really inspired by Americana music, and it just didn't fit with Salt and Shadow. And I was like, and then Salt and Shadow, um, uh, we lost our guitarist, and then we weren't a band for a while, and then we came back and blah blah blah. But in that time when I didn't have Salt and Shadow, I was like, I want to start an outlaw country band for these songs.
Okay.
And so that's where I chose all those songs. And it's fun because it kind of fits both personalities. Like my outlaw band is a little more, it's dancy, it's people um it's like it's it's not exactly a bar band. I mean, we did a whole original set at Harleton and people loved it. It was really, really great when people love your original music. You know, I can do covers all day long, but when people are digging what you wrote, that's cool. And then with Salt and Shadow, we're gonna play at the Tune Up Bar in Bozeman, and we played there. Lindsay Lawlis played there, did a great job there. Actually, somebody from TikTok found me there too. And but imagining Salt and Shadow in that space has been an interesting thing. I'm really curious how we'll do because we're much more like it's interesting to watch the audience react to Salt and Shadow. They just don't really know what they're getting into until they hear it and then they get it and they're like, whoa, like because we're just really like emotionally intense instead of uh like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's a beautiful thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear these new songs that you all are going to be putting out.
All right, I've got one more question, then we'll
Yeah.
go. Megan's got some written down and some that people have submitted
Okay.
online and that sort of thing. Um, and this is a
That's
little
fun.
more on the nerdy side of things, but um, at the top of the notes, just in handwritten scribbles, Megan's got tuning your guitar. And
Mm.
I find this really interesting because I am a piano technician. So, familiar with the 440 hertz versus 432 and alternate
Mhm.
tunings on guitar. But talk a little bit about how you tune and your thought process there.
Uh, so I tune to 444, which makes the middle C resonate at 528, and
Okay.
528 is the resonance of your heart. And so I um that it started as kind of a rebellious reason because I know that they changed the tuning to 440. They standardized it like during World War II, and so a little conspiracy theorist in me was like I had heard some things where like 440 actually um, is somewhat discordant to listen to, and 444 is just like I don't know, like whatever they say about it, it just feels right to me, and it like and if I'm also, as much as I have crazy beliefs, I'm also a cynic. And I'm like, well, maybe if I'm playing this 528 and it's resonating in people's hearts and stuff, like then they're having a healing experience while they're listening to my music. Or maybe I just like this tuning. I don't know. But if it is possibly, I don't know, like maybe if I put the belief out there that this is like really touching people,
Well,
then
that Spirit
what's
Sparks,
the harm in that?
like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
yeah, Spirit Sparks.
Yeah.
That's, like listening, and then like my whole body is just
Hmm.
filled with goosebumps, and I what I call them Spirit Sparks. So there's definitely a
Right.
connection,
Yeah.
definitely something
Right.
to explore. And
Well, and yeah. And I mean, everything is vibration. And I mean, you even see those little plates where they put the sand on there and they put music through there and makes these beautiful geometric shapes. I mean, and then I've seen that too, where like with 440, it doesn't make a shape. It's kind of eh. And 528, it's like this beautiful geometric, like beautiful thing. So like if we're all mostly water and just like matter, just everything is vibration. So if it's vibrating at a beautiful state, then yes,
See, I
all the
love
way.
this conversation. I've got one of those vibrational plates in my Amazon wish list right now just to test
Nice.
out theories like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
to me, that is music. I mean, you can go into like just turn everything off and just listen to the music and enjoy it for the beautiful thing it is. But when you get
Mm-hmm.
to this level on the music, I'm like, bring it on. Like there's so much
Yeah.
happening on so many deeper levels. That's like, Yeah, I absolutely
Hmm.
love this. So yeah, play around with it.
Yeah.
I love the
Yes.
concept and yeah, even the freedom in doing that.
Hmm.
I mean, everybody else goes up to tune up with you if they've got the automatic tuners on. It's like, yeah, you maybe not going to hear that
I
much
know
of a
they're like,
difference, but if
yeah.
you're listening close,
Yeah. If you're feeling the difference, that's what matters. And I feel the difference. So it
beautiful.
works for me. I know I'm sure like all my band members are just like, oh my God, oh yeah, we have to change it to 4/4/4 or whatever, Lindsay. Like,
Has
it's
to be so
it's
extra.
fine. Yeah, I'm so extra. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So Megan brought some questions that people submitted online and have given to her. So are we going to randomize it? I like this. Okay.
Okay. All right. So the first one is from Sheila Bellamy. She wants to know, where is your favorite place that inspires you to write? So is it like a quiet place you go by the water or on the hillsides? That was her question.
Hmm. Huh. Gosh, I wish I had a gorgeous little hillside by the water to write. But I mean,
Hey,
mostly
you
I'm
got the
at my
rims.
house.
You can go to the
But
rims.
yeah, 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 I could go to the rooms. I don't know, like writing is such a private thing for me. It really kind of just happens in my bedroom, you know? Like I would I don't want people if I were on the rims, I'd have to be like absolutely alone. Like I really do have to be like absolutely alone when I'm writing music. But like I said, when I write the song on the guitar and I'm listening to it in my car, like I love to go for, scenic drives and just, you know, let my mind wander for a while. And um, so that's kind of a beautiful place, I guess, to go. Yeah.
Can I jump off on one more thing? I know I just said we're going to read questions, but you're sparking all sorts of things, and I've heard you talk about being
Oh.
obsessive in your practice and private when you're writing, and I guess I'm connecting because I
Hmm.
relate there. Just as a performer and as a
Hmm.
musician for other performers and musicians listening, at what point and how do you work up the courage to share that publicly? Because there's so many good things that people do and they just keep hidden away. And that's fine if it's for them and
Hmm.
they, that no shame in that. But how do you
Hmm.
find the courage to step out and share that vulnerable part of you with the world, even when you've got those childhood memories of, the first time this happened,
Right. Hmm.
got told to be louder. So,
Hmm. Well, um, I think like I play it so much and so much, so much like that uh it's like it's almost like the art becomes a product then, but it's still my art and I'm still but like I just want to share it because like I just have this um I don't know, I want to. I'm like passionate about sharing it and I want to know how it hits other people and it's like I've thought about this a lot. Like, what do you think? It's kind of like that the conversation that happens. That's what I think is so beautiful about music is like it's a conversation that happens without words. It's like a conversation through vibration. And I'm like, oh, they like that. Or, or I love feedback. I think that's another thing that I took from being classically trained in piano. Just like I love constructive criticism and I always want to be better, not in like a perfectionist way, but just like, how could I make this the highest expression of what it could be?
And that's amazing because a lot of people have a hard time
right.
taking criticism.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
and that's I mean that's the fear that holds them back.
Hmm.
Do you do you
Yeah.
have fears that hold you back and what are they?
Uh, I mean, like, um, I know that not everybody people are intimidated by the truth, and I'm not, but I know that I can kind of trigger people into thinking differently, and that's a delicate process, and I would know that through counseling, I guess,
Mm.
just that. But I like ease that in because I can like hear the song and like just they dig into the lyrics and they're like, what?
Mm.
And so like I think if people really did get into my lyrics, they'd see a lot more of what I'm thinking and what I feel and what I believe. So
Awesome.
yeah.
All right. I'll stop interrupting now and let you get back to your note cards.
Oh, no, you're no, this is awesome. I love this. My friend
Yeah.
Tabby from the UK, she said to send her love and blessings to you. Um, so
Thank you.
hello from Tabby.
Hello,
Um,
Tabby. Oh,
okay. All right. This comes from my friend
Oh,
Samara
this was my
Bowling.
favorite. This was my favorite. I like this.
What is your dream collaboration?
but uh well, Brent Cobb inspired a lot of my Americana music when I was, I wrote like a bunch of songs based off of what he had written. And he was at the Sweet Pea Festival and I met his guitarist there. We actually became friends over Instagram too.
That's cool.
He had he had I said something on I made a post and I was like, I wrote this song really inspired by Brent Cobb right now. Some random guy liked it. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And then it was like, guitarist of Brent Cobb. I'm like, oh my God. And I messaged him and was like, thank you so much for liking my video. And he actually like messaged me back. And then we actually like just like talked and stuff. And I was like, let me know when you're in Montana. And so anyways, in Bozeman, I saw him and I told one of the band people, I was like, go get Fuzz Light beer. And they knew what that meant because his Instagram handle is Fuzz Light beer. and and he's just as cool as can be. And I just want to hear what he would do with my music. I know it would be awesome. So that,
All right. Well, let's
yep,
let's see what we can do to make your
that would
dream
be my
collab happen.
collaboration.
Yeah,
That's right.
that sounds
A dream
fun.
collab. Mm-hmm.
All right, this one
Yeah.
is from my brother-in-law, Brooks Monroe. What are your tips for beginning to play a new
All right.
instrument?
Be obsessed.
Mm.
That's the only way. Seriously, like people always tell me like, "Oh yeah, I have a guitar, but I just like didn't do it." And like I didn't have that experience at all. Like I remember picking up a guitar and like trying to, I'm like, I have to figure this out. Like I must figure this out. And I was just so passionately obsessed about figuring out the guitar that like I couldn't stop. So I think but like there's things I'm not super passionate about, and I think it's just okay if you find that you're absolutely not passionate about guitar. Like maybe it's just not your thing,
Yeah, but
Like
if you're interested in it, try it, and you never know.
yeah, yeah,
There's so much in the
and
world to go do and um, experience.
yeah,
Get
right,
out there.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, Heather Hansen, she doesn't have a question. She just wanted to let you know. She said that you are beautiful and you have a wonderful voice and presence in your music.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you so much.
This
That's
is
adorable.
from Summer Stills. What is the most favorite song that you've ever performed and where?
Hmm. Whoa. Huh. Um, anytime, well, I don't want to get too much into Salt and Shadow stuff if we're talking about Lindsay Lawlis. I'll think about Lindsay Lawlis then. Uh, well, when we played in Harlowton, and I started playing this song called "No Rulers," and I tell everybody that that's my most lawless song, and uh I felt like the the crowd, like was was really into it, and we were really into it. It's a banger to end with, and I don't know. I always get nervous though at the end of the song because I know that I'm playing to like this all-America crowd. And for example, here's a little bit of what I mean by being a rebel would be uh, it says to keep the children sacred for men to take a stand. Maybe then you'll call me proud to be American. And I end with that. And it always sounds like a lot of the thing I think people would be like agreeing with most of the stuff, but I'm just like there's stuff going on in this country that you wouldn't agree with. And I think that we don't need, that's why it's called no rulers. We don't need rulers. We need leaders. And the authority, the true authority comes from within, not from the top down or outside in. It's all us and we got this. We don't need any type of ruler to tell us what to do. So that's kind of how I feel about those things. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I feel like a badass playing that song. It's great. Or I say, uh, what? Okay. What's a country come to when its rulers have gone feral? The cream that rises to the top is the bottom of the barrel. A parasitic class that wants us all to be sterile, while we're bowing down to wash the feet of the devil.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Tell us how you really feel. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like make these bastards cower. They all deserve to drop their soap in a federal prison shower. It's great. So there you go. That's me.
There's that one.
Yep.
I've actually not heard this song, so
it's me. It's great.
Just the joy it brings to you while you're
Yeah.
just saying the lyrics is so worth it.
Yes.
all right. So this is from my friend Wita Fideli. When did you know you wanted to pursue singing as a career?
Uh, well, so I started taking guitar lessons, when I was like 17, and then my guitar teacher wanted to start a classic rock cover band. So he knew that I could sing, he knew I could play guitar. We learned like Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton. We were called Strange Brew after a Cream song. What else did we do? Led Zeppelin. And so when I was 18 years old, we performed at the Blues Fest downtown Billings. And I didn't sing as much. He was like kind of the main singer, but like, uh, I don't know, just kind of, it kind of fell in my lap and it kind of just, I would play like all these open mics and it's, it's not really like that I always wanted to be a singer. I always wanted to do this, or if like the stage is my whatever. I just I feel compelled to share is all, like it's just I just want to, so I do it.
Whenever I was a young child, I also I wanted to be a country singer.
Mm,
Yeah, and it's funny because I never actually pursued any of that. And also, I
yeah,
played piano from the age 5 until I was 10. So I was like
yeah.
really in that. I was like, just to think about this, what I could have done, but obviously that was
Mhm.
not the path because I didn't take it at
Well,
the
it's funny. Like
time.
I never ever like still never thought like nobody in my family, like you had asked before, nobody in my family is musical. I mean, they are, but they're not like my cousin can sing beautifully. My uncle plays guitar kind of in his garage. And but my dad loves good music. And I always remember like they shared awesome music with me. Um, so but I never really saw people performing. I never, but I did go through a stage where I'd see other women performers and I'm like, oh, I could do that. And I could do it better. But like the competitiveness kind of graduated into being like collaborative and like community building. Like that was kind of very ego of me to be like, like competitive about it. But I'm not, I just see competition as like inspiring to get there. Like I want to play that stage and I want to do what she did, and that's cool. And, I could do that. And then it's a challenge instead of a competition.
And so much about manifesting is visualizing, and so you
Mm-hmm.
see people doing what you want to do. And so you visualize
Right.
yourself doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
look, there you are. You're doing that.
There I am. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I have
awesome.
like really big plans for next year, so lots of visualizing there for sure. Yeah.
All right. So this is from your friend Megan Monroe.
Okay,
Uh,
Megan.
how did it feel the first time your music was released on streaming platforms?
I think I released my song for Lindsay Law. No. What was the first song that I released?
I guess
Uh,
Lindsay Jacobson,
yeah, that was when I was going
Broken
under
Bow.
Lindsay Jacobson.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Broken Bow. That was kind of all before social media. And you get it all built up. You're like have this song and you're like, and boom, and you press the button and you're like, and I think that is a aspect of being a musician that can kind of be like a letdown because you're just like you put it out in the world and then it's like nothing and you're like what? And I think that's where musicians either need like somebody to help with marketing or need to learn it themselves to really because it's to really get yourself out there and to have the feedback and the excitement around it because you can't just press a button and push it out there. Like you really need to push who you are and what you do and everything like that and build a community around your music so that you can get that feedback and that response that you're seeking,
And
because
I
it is
know
kind of like a bummer when you don't.
and
Yeah.
self-promotion from a lot of friends, and I know for myself, self-promotion is usually one of the harder things to do. How do you
Hmm.
feel that way also? Or
Yeah, because I get moody about it. Like I'll just like like feel like posting and then not feel like posting and then, but I think this year is really focused on playing out and about. But then so I don't know. This year is more about like really actually meeting people in person
Mhm.
and playing live and I think like this fall and winter, when I can't go out and play live as much or can't travel or tour, will really be more social media heavy. And I'll try to be more consistent, but it just is what it is. I've given myself grace about like not being like absolutely consistent. I just have to go with the flow of what I'm feeling at that time. But
I know. I was like, is it because some of that's with the algorithm of like how it puts out and all that? Because
mhm,
you know,
mhm,
I'm trying to figure that out for myself too.
mhm.
And also help you all, along the
Yeah,
journey because we've met and I connect deeply with the music. So obviously,
mhm.
I want to help you reach your ultimate goal. And
You're so sweet.
we would love for you to come to Tennessee.
Yes. Do it. Is it warmer there in winter?
Oh, for sure.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet.
No
Yeah.
contest compared to
Yeah.
Montana.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
whenever you sometime during the winter, you can always come here and you can see what it's like.
Yes. Okay. I'm
You're
down.
always welcome.
Hmm.
The whole family.
The whole family. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Speaking of family, this question it comes from Lakin.
Oh,
He says,
cutie.
"Why are your modern songs more in depth of fear?"
Whoa, what?
He says, "Why are your modern songs more in depth of fear?"
Modern songs. Why are my modern songs in depth of fear? Brother.
Yeah, our
Uh,
10-year-old.
what?
I always think it's more
Um,
like working in the shadows because you do talk about more shadow stuff.
mm,
And that's when he asked me that, I was like, I wrote that down because I was like, I definitely want to, see what you say on that. But that's how I took it is um you're writing more about like the shadowy part of life and
hmm.
feels and
Yeah, well, I'm just the most curious little person there is, and I ask all the questions, and that usually leads me like
There's the rebel. Don't you know you're not supposed
right?
to ask questions?
I know, right?
Just go with the flow and do what you're told. Yeah, way to
No, I
go. I love
can't.
it.
Yeah. And so like it it takes me down, you know. And then also being a counselor, like just I hold space for really heavy emotions.
Mhm.
And people are really asking the big questions when they come and see me. And so I naturally have to answer those for myself. Um, and it's just,
I guess you
you
transmute
know,
that energy then into something.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Do your
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do the people that come to you, do they listen to your music too? Do they know that you were also an artist? Or is that like a
Well, it's cute because I
separate?
mostly have like young, well,
Yeah.
yeah, I have like young adults and teenagers, and they're like I even had a account or a client that was trying to find something on their Instagram, and he's like, "Damn it, your music stuff keeps popping up," and it's like, I don't think he wants to follow me. I think we do keep that separate. And I
Hmm.
remember him saying that like his friend was like, "Why does your counselor have a band?" She's like, "She's a person too, you know?" Like, I
That's
think
so
I think
cool.
my
I think
clients kind
that's
of
I
the
think
like it's
that's
kind of
so
like
that's
I'm
the
a
cool.
counselor I want to go see though. I want the counselor that
that's
has
right.
the outlaw band. Let's go.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I kind of see myself like with the kids, like it's kind of like when you're in school and you see your teacher and you're like, oh, she's buying groceries and she has a family. What? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just like I exist in my office in their minds, and that's it. So that's fine with me. It's cool.
Yeah, so many times you see someone and you're like, where do I know you from? And then you see them back
Hmm.
where you saw them, you're like, oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's where I
Well, and
recognize you.
and I'm okay with that too. I'm okay. Like I love to have like my little like it's like I'm a whole person, but some people see this side, the light side, the like Lindsay works with kids, and then some people see like Lindsay writes dark music. Like so, it's just boop. I'm okay if those are separated in a way.
Yeah. Well, that's your
Yeah,
own inner balance though of
yeah,
the two. Okay,
yeah.
so here's
Right.
we got two more questions. So this one, I guess this one is from
Okay.
Phil Griffin. He wants to know what is your favorite
Hey,
gig you ever
Phil.
played? Filthy Phil. And what is the worst gig you've ever
Ah.
played?
Mm. Hmm. Favorite gig. Okay, my favorite was playing at the Murray Bar this last April. Lindsay Lawlis had never, well, no, we had played in Cody. Cody was cool too, but uh we were just blown away by the reaction of people. Like they were just begging for more. They were like, just dancing and singing and just like crowded up against the stage. And I loved that reaction. I was just like,
That's beautiful synergy.
whoa, this is awesome. And yeah, um, worst gig.
Yeah, what's the worst gig?
Oh, but that feels that opens me up to like, talking crap about a venue, I guess. Which I don't want to do.
You can name it something else.
Okay. Um, it's hard to say worst gig because like I always get something out of a gig. Like um I guess when you put a lot of work into something, like we did a gig at this place and and I gathered a bunch of female musicians. Um I can't even say that was the worst gig though. I guess the worst gig is just when you put a lot of effort into it and then like expect for that gig, especially it snowed. It was below zero like on that day. Like and it was 50 degrees before that day.
Hmm.
Like just before. And so we it just kind of bums me out when yeah, when you don't get the response that you were hoping for. I guess. Yeah.
Well, and
I just really, yeah,
so
that
like
energy wasn't matched.
a lot of bar stuff, and like you see this when you go out there, a lot of times it's people go have a drink, you know, or it's not
Mhm.
necessarily that they're there for the music, or and some people are,
Right.
but that's what I've kind of noticed
Hmm.
too. It's like people come for different reasons, but it's like the people like you want them to turn around and you
Right.
want them to come enjoy, like, join you at the stage and do all that, but I know
Right.
that's part of it too. Because even, I don't
Hmm.
know, everywhere you go, that's a common theme.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You like to have your energy matched. I mean, because I put a lot into it. And when you don't get the matching of energy from the crowd, you're like, okay, it's just kind
Anytime
of
I
a
see a show,
letdown.
I like to go
So,
up after the show even. I like to dance and I like to, wear however I'm feeling led. But I am one of those people that likes to go up to the musicians after the show and just say, "Hey, that was incredible. Thank you." And, and just, show my appreciation that way.
yes,
And I guess that's
yes.
also
The world
turned into me
needs more
making
people
friends
like
with a
you.
lot of amazing people.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. That means so much to musicians. It really does. Yeah, you're the best.
Well, I'm honored to do it. So it's a beautiful relationship.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so this question is from my friend Evan Button of Lua, Flora. He wants to
Awesome.
know what inspired you to write the song Coyote?
Oh, I didn't write that song,
Mhm.
buddy. That was a song. My friend Wes wrote that song, and I guess what inspired me to cover it was that I think when he's told me that when he releases albums, it's just such like a emotional release that he kind of just feels like afterwards. And I knew that he was just kind of like in a spot. And so I made a video of me playing Coyote because I was just dinking around on my ukulele and I found it. And so I did that and Wes saw it and he was like, we need to record that version. And
Yes.
so we did.
I
Yeah.
know I love that version of the song too. I did let Evan know. I said that's actually Wes's song, but I'm gonna ask and see the rest of the story
Hmm.
because I know you all do a lot of
Yeah.
music together, and like I think that's super cool. Like that song had only been out a short time, and then
Hmm.
and I was like, oh, that's so
Hmm.
cool. And I love you all
Right.
playing, performing together.
And he helped me like he's like, I think it's really interesting that you did this and did that. And so we even like reworked the song. Like I don't know if you noticed that I like the chorus. I don't know, it's like the bridge is different, this and that. Like it's a little different and
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
it's,
it's
my
your version.
interpretation, I guess. Yeah, right. Yeah.
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 All right. Well, Lindsay, beyond the music, what is and we'll end with this, but what lights you up beyond, your work, your music? What's something that when you just need to retreat, you need to find joy in life again? What where do you go? What lights you up? What makes you you?
I really do. I mean, what lights me up is playing music and being around people. And I know that my husband knows that about me, and that's why he's so supportive in my music. He knows how lit up I get when I'm excited about a show, when I'm write a new song, when I show a new song to the band and they made it 10 times better. And I mean, I just, I love it. And that's why I do it. And then I love sharing it. And I love people telling me that, I'm not doing it for the praise, but just like people telling me that they connected to it. And, um, and it's just it makes me feel good to express myself. It helps me process my own emotions. And so it's just kind of everything for me. It's great.
That's awesome. Well, Lindsay, thanks for taking some time to talk with us today. And what a treat this was. You're an
You
awesome person. I
bet.
can see why you and Megan are friends. And
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being our guest today. And we'll look forward to
Yeah.
talking to you again.
And
All
we have to
right.
take
Yeah.
we got to do our picture together
Okay.
since so you just look at the camera and we'll
Okay.
get our picture.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh,
Cool.
thank
You
you.
guys are the best. Thank you so much.
You the best.
You the best.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, this really was fun. Thank you for sharing this stuff. That
Of course. Yeah.
very refreshing. It's middle of our day here. It's 1:30 here, so it's like
Ah,
that was a great break from the workday. I enjoyed that.
good. Yeah. Awesome. I gotta go feed my kids and stuff. I don't know. It's what is it? 11:30.
Yeah, I love the practical wall art in the background too. That's a great setup.
Yeah. It's for sound stuff. Oops, my husband's trying to call me.
See, everybody's like, and we're ready.
Yeah. And we need you now. I'm like, okay. It's
Well,
great.
thank you so much. It
Yeah.
was great to meet you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
You
Love
take
you.
care.